It's a crisp 40 degrees Celsius here in Adelaide today, so why don't we increase the heat even more and make some chili chicken loaded fries. 540 calories per portion and 46 grams of protein. All of the ingredients are laid out in front of me, and there's a couple of duplicates in there as well, which makes things cheap and easy. And the main two ingredients we're going to need is 900 grams or 1.9 pounds of any all-rounder potato, as well as 900 grams or 1.9 pounds of boneless and skinless chicken breast. With the potatoes, you don't need to peel them, but give them a good wash and then slice into strips the whole way across. Stack 3 or 4 together and slice into those fry shapes, also known as batons, and you can cut these as thick or as thin as you like. Just remember that the bigger they are, the longer they are going to take to cook. Place them into a bowl and add in 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and 1 teaspoon of dried parsley. Add in 1 tablespoon or 20 milliliters of olive oil and then season to taste with salt and cracked black pepper. Use clean hands, mix them all together, try your best to not spill them like what I did here, they just kept falling out of the bowl, but just make sure that they're all nicely coated in the seasonings and that oil. To cook them, we can use an air fryer or an oven. If you're using the oven method, just make sure you line a baking tray with parchment paper. The temperatures are the same, but the timings are a little bit different, as instructed on screen right now. With the chicken breast, slice off any fatty or gritty parts and then slice into even strips. Rotate those strips 90 degrees and dice into small bite-sized pieces. Just remember that the larger you cut it, the longer it is going to take to cook, and try and be as consistent as possible because we don't want uneven cooking. Place the chicken into the bowl that we use for the potatoes, no need to create extra dishes for ourselves, and use 2 teaspoons each of garlic powder and smoked paprika, half a teaspoon each of dried parsley and oregano, a pinch of chili flakes, and salt and cracked black pepper. Same again, get in there with clean hands, mix it all together. We didn't spill anything this time, just make sure everything is nicely coated. Now in a third and final bowl, add in 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of whole egg mayonnaise, along with 1/4 cup or 70 grams of Sambal Oelek, which is just a chili sauce. You don't have to use this if you don't want to. Half a teaspoon or 5 grams of Dijon mustard, half of a lemon that's just been ran along a microplane to get that zest out of there. Make sure you scrape it all in so we don't have any waste. And then slice off about 1/4 of a lemon and squeeze in the juice. You can use more, you can use less, always go to your taste. Along with all of that, we need 1 clove of garlic ran along a microplane and 3 grams or 0.1 ounces of ginger. Scrape both pastes in there and then mix this all together. Season to taste with salt and a little bit of ground white pepper. Taste and adjust any seasoning levels as well as acidity, and what you should have is a sauce that looks like this. And I highly recommend putting it into a squeezy bottle. It's going to make things so much easier when we go to serve. If you don't have one, it's not the end of the world. You can just spoon it over. We're going to put this in the fridge until we're ready to serve. Now it's come to my attention that over 80% of you are not subscribed to the channel. If you find yourself coming back, why not? It's free, helps me out, and be sure to turn on all notifications so you don't miss when I upload. For the chicken, place a large high-rimmed pan over a high heat and add in a little bit of spray oil. You can use any spray oil that you prefer. Once it's hot, add in the chicken and spread it around so it's not sitting on top of one another. I like to let this sit for about a minute so we can build up some color and crust. Mix it all together and cook this for about 5 to 6 minutes or until just cooked through. We don't want to keep mixing it around as we'll knock too much heat out of it. But once it is cooked, add in 1/3 cup or 80 milliliters of Frank's hot sauce or any hot sauce of your choice, or leave it out altogether and then mix it around. Cook this for a further 1 minute until that sauce is thickened up and is completely coating our chicken, that we can then remove from the stovetop. When those fries have finished cooking, we can add them to a bowl and season to taste. If you're in Australia, I am using chicken salt. It is the best stuff. It tastes absolutely delicious. Mix that all together and we can start portioning up. I'm using 5 750 milliliter meal prep containers, which I have a link for in the description. The weight of what I'm using is on screen, and then add the chicken either on top or on the side, as well as portioning out any sauce that may be left in the pan. To finish these off, drizzle them with that chili sauce that we made at the beginning. Like I said, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, or you can use a different sauce. And this right here is our chili chicken loaded fries with the individual portion size, macros per portion, and the full written recipe and nutrition link is in the description. Now to store these, let them cool down for about 15 to 20 minutes, place on the lids, and these will last in the fridge up to 3 days and in the freezer for up to 3 months. If you have them frozen, just allow them to thaw overnight in the fridge, and the best way to do it, in all honesty, is just using a microwave. Might make the chips a little bit soggy, you can use an air fryer if you prefer. With all said and done, there's only one thing left to do, and that is we can then dig in. The chips are crispy, exactly what we want, packed with flavour as well, and if you've used chicken salt, it's just an extra bonus. The chicken has that nice spice to it, as well as the buffalo sauce, adding that slight acidity, and that sauce over the top definitely increases the heat. Don't have to make it as hot if you don't want to. You don't even have to use chili in this recipe at all. Definitely do try this, it's absolutely delicious.